Well, I've been asked a couple of times on Instagram about the bike I'm riding. Is it any good? So well, that's it, and yes, it is good. It's personal choice, of course. What you want to ride, buy what you want, ride what you want. I like this. I bought it from Decathlon. It's a Riverside 900. 400 quid, £400 sterling. And it does everything I need it to do. I have the money to buy anything I want, but I don't like the idea of being taken for a sucker or a mug and paying over the odds for something with a name. Also, times move on and development changes, and I think the days of having to have a steel frame are finished. Aluminium's good, it's strong, it's reliable. That frame will never break unless someone attacks it with an axe or a truck reverses into it. And even then I could repair it easier than a steel frame with my Swiss Army penknife and the auger on it. I can drill holes into aluminium a lot easier than steel. And of course, if I took it to a town or a city, even in Asia, everybody now has access. You can get access to, with a bit of patience, to aluminium welding facility. The crossbar on the frame I liked. It sort of attracted me to the bike in a way. It's unisex, but it's good for me because I've got short legs and a long torso. And if you're on rough ground and you really need to stop quickly to stop yourself having a bad accident, you jam the brakes on and both feet are straight on the floor and you're straddling that crossbar. And the thought of a crossbar being any higher is really not, it's just not on as far as I'm concerned. The wheels are 700. I bought that front tyre at a market stall in Kazakhstan, and I've seen the 700 tyres for sale in food shops in Uzbekistan. So they're not as good as the sort of tyre you can buy in Europe or America, but they're good enough as an emergency. The brakes on this bike, hydraulic disc. I've not changed yet the pads. They're only half worn through. I've done about 6,000 kilometres, so I'm sure they're good for another 6,000. I do have spares. All I've done with the brakes is pull the levers, and that's it. And they stop me well. They're good. I'm pleased with them. The gears, I've got a 10 cassette on the back and single chainring on the front, and I'm happy with that. I don't need any more. I don't need a front derailleur. Spend all my life changing gears. I just go up and down, 1 to 10, 10 to 1, click, 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 and I've not had to adjust the derailleur cable system at all. I've not touched it ever. I just took it out of the shop and I'm now in Uzbekistan, and those gears are still changing as well as they were. I put a new chain on it not long ago. I didn't put a new cassette on it because I didn't consider it worn enough to warrant it. In fact, I can't see any wear on it at all. The things that I've had to do to the bike apart from the chain is new pedals, which I bought in Turkey from a Decathlon shop in Turkey. These are aluminium, a bit stronger than the plastic ones that were on it, with a nice rubber grip on them. And in Tbilisi, Georgia, I had to have my bottom bracket removed, greased and re-tightened up again, and it's not creaked since. It started creaking in Hungary, and when I got to Georgia I had it sorted out, and it's bang on now. Front suspension, I didn't really want suspension on the bike, and I thought about changing it, getting rid of it when I bought it, but I'm glad I've got it now, because I've seen on Instagram people have had their rims split all round the sides here, shattered from rough roads in India, I think it was. And if you've got high pressure in the tyres, something's going to have to give with a constant pounding and the weight on the bike. and the rims seem to be where they break down. But that suspension, it's not there for rider comfort, it's there to protect that front wheel, to take the stresses out of off that front wheel, and it works, it's good. As far as stresses off the back wheel, just best thing you can do with any bike is just carry less weight. There's a South Korean lady who's been cycling around the world for a long time now, and I've just saw a post where her whole back wheel had buckled completely out to about 10 centimetres to one side. And she didn't hit anything, didn't hit a pothole, it just gave way like the straw that broke the camel's back, because she was loaded up to the eyeballs. And it's all about weight. You know, I've got a lightweight bike, it's strong, but anything's going to give up if you put too much weight on it and ride it without any consideration as to the potholes and everything you're banging across. That's about it really. There's obviously something I've forgotten, there always is. I'm pleased with it. There's not enough lugs on the frame to bolt things to, but I've just strapped my bottle cages on with Velcro straps and they've not moved at all. No problems. Yeah, and of course, the most important thing about a bike is to remember that the rider is the machine, not the bicycle. You know, if the rider's not up to it, doesn't matter what bloody bike you've got, does it?